Hey guys, Bearded Viking Gamer here. We're at the Game On Expo. Let me show you around this place real quick. This is freaking awesome. Today's pretty sweet because the Game On Expo for 2019 is officially over now, and I got to meet a lot of freaking cool people there. So let me show you some of the pickups and things that I got while I was there this weekend. Gosh, it was freaking awesome. All right, so the one of the first things here I'll show you is the tables where the voice actors and stuff were doing some of the autographs and things, and they had Charles Martinet there. They had Jen Taylor. If you're not familiar, Charles Martinet does the voice for Mario, Luigi, a whole bunch of those characters, and Jen Taylor does Cortana. She does Princess Peach, a whole bunch of those characters as well. And then there's also Kenny James there, and he is the voice of Bowser. So what better picture to take to them to have them sign than one with all of them in it. And as you can see here, this was pretty sweet meeting them. But you can see here he says, Adam, you're the best, your pal. And then he, of course, put Mario down here. He signed Mario. Woohoo! He put on here. And then you got Jen Taylor signed it with Princess Peach. And then, of course, carrying him away was Kenny James signing it in there. It's pretty awesome having him sign this thing for all three of them there. It's freaking pretty cool. In addition to that, I had Charles Martinet sign his first Nintendo 64 game that he had worked on for doing the voice for it. And there it is. He had signed Your Number One, Your Pal Mario. And he signed it there for me. Freaking pretty awesome. He had to look at the back of that for a little bit. But that's my minty box there, signed by the man himself. And here I had Jen Taylor sign my copy of Halo because she does the voice for Cortana. And the expo before that, I had Master Chief sign it, Dowles sign it. And I had him sign the helmet, so I'm planning on putting that Halo in with that helmet in that case, that display case. It was really sweet meeting those people. I also came across a developer, and he worked on a lot of the Sony Online Entertainment games like EverQuest, PlanetSide, things like that, and Star Wars Galaxies. All that stuff was during his time, his era there, and I brought along, his name's Eric Weil, and I brought along my EverQuest, had him sign that. I had him sign, let me put this stuff down here, my instruction manual there for PlanetSide. I loved PlanetSide. My brother and I used to play the heck out of that. He actually signed my PlanetSide game case there. And then, this one was pretty sweet, but this was the folder that came with your PlanetSide game. Let me just open this baby up here. And I had him sign that one as well. I'm going to plan on putting this into a frame, but he signed it right there. Pretty sweet. Now I got some pickups while we were there as well. And there was a really cool booth there that the guy had these, each character you had a hologram for them. I don't know if you can see any of that in there, if that's even coming out. But this one is Link, Princess Zelda, and Ganon. I'll move it pretty slow here. Hopefully it comes out on camera. I don't know if you can see that or not. But these things were freaking awesome. These things are really cool. This was a really neat one. And then this one's what caught my eye originally when I went by his booth. And this one was Samus. And I mean, look at that. Look how freaking cool that looks. She's outside of her suit and then she's in her suit. So freaking neat that they even make these things. Those are going to be pretty cool being framed up. Alright, and then, so the last day of the expo, I'm kind of jumping around a little bit during these expos, but the last day, that's always going to be your best deals, finding things in there, because people don't want to carry all that stuff home. So this booth, this guy had everything in his whole booth was $1. So $1 for anything, but you know, you can't get better than both Gears of War and Gears of War 2 for $1 each. I mean, there's so much gameplay in those. For sure pick those up. So I did that. Let's see here. We got Resident Evil, The Dark Side Chronicles on the Wii. And a little shooter on the Wii. I always love the shooters. We got, my boy actually wanted this one, Marvel Ultimate Alliance on the Wii. He wanted this one as well. This is Lego Star Wars 3 on the PlayStation 3. We have an NES game here that I picked up. Awesome shooter. It's a 1942. I had 1943, I just never picked up 1942. And then Limited Run Games had a booth there. And this was one that caught my eye. There was Butcher. This game looks pretty brutal. Loving it. So, of course, snagged that one up. And then this was a Goodwill find, I believe this was the Sonic Sega All-Stars Racing. And then my buddy Sean and I, after one of the expos, we went to a pawn shop that was near there, and they had a little stack of games. Almost everything in there was sports titles, wasn't really anything good. But they had a stack of PlayStation 1 games, and I couldn't see all of them. So I went and asked the guy if he could come over and let me see that stack. And at the very bottom of the stack, there was the Squaresoft 1998 Collector CD Volume 1. And if you don't know what this is the second CD that goes in your Parasite Eve case. Most of the Parasite Eve game, you have the discs in there, and this is the demo disc that goes with it. So it's pretty neat finding that in there by itself. $1 for this. So of course, you get that. And then this is some of the stuff at the expo I've also picked up. Let's open this one up here for you. This one, now I had the other Castlevania on the Game Boy. Now this is the Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge on the Game Boy. Can't wait to throw that in the Game Boy, the Super Game Boy, and play that on the TV. Now, I'm a huge fan of Zombies Ate My Neighbors, okay? And I have Zombies Ate My Neighbors that's on the Super Nintendo, and then they made an additional game, not official, but a fan, made it. And that's Even More Zombies Ate My Neighbors. And that's even fun to play because there's a ton more stages, okay? Well, there at the expo, ran into a buddy of mine in the booth there, and he has another one. This one's Zombies Ate My Neighbors Doomsday. And look at that cool green cartridge on there for the Super Nintendo. Can't wait to jump into this one. Haven't even put this one in there yet. Alright, here we have, this is Raiden Shred for the Super Nintendo shooter. Of course, here's Prince of Persia on the Super Nintendo. I got to clean this one up a little bit, but pretty neat. And then this is Spawn, the video game. Saw that for the Super Nintendo and thought for sure I'll try to pick that one up. And then down to my last little bit here. I always love the Tenchu stuff, the stealth ninja, slitting their throats, killing them, being sneaky. And this was Tenchu Wrath of Heaven on the PlayStation 2. And then this one I don't really see a whole lot, but this is Tenchu Fatal Shadows on the PlayStation 2. This was my last pickup that I picked up there, and I was super excited to see it because I don't really see a lot of Sega Master System games. And this one is Captain Silver on the Sega Master System. Looks pretty sweet. It's actually in very good condition. It has, the manual and the game and everything in there, so a little minty fresh. But yeah, that's my pickups here on the Game On Expo. Next year, you guys for sure should jet down there and try this thing. It's awesome. It's a 3-day event. It's the best deal to buy all 3 days in there. But I had a blast, and I hope to see you guys there next year when we do this again. So that's all I got today, and I'll see you guys next week. Appreciate it, guys.